Hello friends, Crystal here, your vibrant BF. Am I coming in clear? I repeat, am I coming in clear? Who knows what that's from? It's from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I just recorded a whole video and my microphone wasn't working. So we're going to try to do it with just the audio of the phone. Since I don't think my headset is whatever. Hello friends. Welcome to Audacity August. I'm your vibrant BF. I think I said that already. Did I say that? Anyway, what do we do when we come together? We take a moment and ground. And Lord knows I need it, because to record something and then it just be like, psych. But you know what I always say? I've been doing this for long enough now that I don't get too discouraged. I'm just like, oh, it's just making me that much more polished, or not. Maybe that much more frazzled. Anyway, we get together and we ground. So what do? Sit up nice and tall. Create coherence. We're going to create coherence in the body. So I want you to first breathe into the nose for 4. And hold at the top and exhale. We're going to do another one. Breathe in for 4. Hold and exhale. I'm not sure what kind of day you've had. I don't even know what kind of start of the month you've had, but welcome to Audacity August. I'm so excited. August is one of my favorite months. Why, do you ask? It's my birthday month, but more importantly, it's now my grandson's month. 2 of my grandbabies, I only have 2, but both of them are both born in August, and I'm sandwiched right in between. I'm Gigi. So Gigi's sandwiched right in between her grandbabies for the month of August, so August is even more special. And I'm so excited because we have now titled this Audacity August. So what is Audacity? Audacity is about confidence and daring, shocking, boldness, courage, bravery, and it can also be considered rude, which I thought was so ironic, because it's like that doesn't seem to fit. But if you think about it, to be audacious is to live in your authenticity, to stand and hold yourself in your boundaries and your power. And those who have been kind of walking all over you may think the new you or the real you is being rude. Isn't that funny? All right, so to kick off this series, this week we are talking about the questions. We are getting to the root of audacity. So to get to the root, we have to get to our beliefs and our thoughts and what it is we are thinking. So we are going to first get a pen and paper. I'm not kidding. Pause the video if you need to. Go get a pen and paper. We are writing it down because these teachings and these practices need to be integrated into your life so you can show up and live in your full authenticity, your full audacity. That's what it's all about this month. We are in Leo season, baby. We are out here to shine, and hopefully you will carry this on. Okay, so first question, I want you to write, what if? Nice big letters. What if is what I want you to start off with. Okay, we're going to have 5 questions for what if alone. First one, we're starting off, we're kicking the door down. What if it gets to be easy? What if it gets to be easy? Whatever it is you're desiring, whatever it is you are thinking that you want to do or trying to do, or what if it gets to be easy? It's a belief. If we think it's going to take too long, it's going to be too hard. Who said? What if it gets to be easy? This apartment, my beautiful apartment I'm currently in, I told my spirit team, listen, I want it to be easy. I know that prices are ridiculous. I know that supply and demand is ridiculous. I know it doesn't matter to me. I am choosing to live with the state of expectancy that is always working out for me. And guess what? It did. I love my apartment, and it was so easy. I think I seen it on a Friday, and by that following Thursday, I was signing documentation exactly the way we wanted, me and my husband. It was fabulous. My landlord's amazing. The view is great. The place is great. Love it. Price is great. All of it. Next question. What if, we're writing it down, what if you knew the answer was yes? What would you ask for? What if you knew the answer was yes? Before you even asked, what if it was like, it is? Think of a genie in a bottle. Boop, what do you need? Boop, what do you need? So you go to a seafood restaurant, guess what? They have lobster. You know they have lobsters. You can easily ask for lobster. What if your whole life was like that? Whatever it is that you were desiring, wanting, being, what if you knew the answer was yes? What if you knew you won? What if you knew it always worked out for you? What if you lived from that expectant state? What if you operated from that end state? Remember Neville Goddard, the law of assumption? What if you just assumed The answer is always going to be yes for you because it's always aligning. When it's a yes, you know it's aligning to your highest timeline. What if? Next question. What if you were never taught, limiting beliefs such as, this is not for you, this is for them. And that could be because of your gender, your race, your religion, your social economics, whatever it may be. What if you were never told a limiting belief about what was available for you? Think about it. We're writing it down. You're really giving yourself time to think about it. If that means you need to go to the beach, go to the park, go ground, light a candle, make some tea, whatever it is, I want you to really write down these questions and answer them honestly, without shame, without judgment, but really getting to the root. What if, next one, what if it was all a lie? What if? What if all the things you said that you couldn't have was a lie? What if the limiting beliefs didn't exist? What if? What if? What if? What if? What if? One of my favorite quotes is, there is no passion in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one that you are capable of living. So what if you were never told that you had to play small, that you had to stay limited, that you were doing too much? Next question. What if you were never limited by resources or access? What if? What if no one told you couldn't do it, but you couldn't do it because you didn't have the resources and or access? What if? I homeschooled my kids many moons ago. They're all adults now. And it really helped me to understand it wasn't what you knew, but who you knew. The access that homeschooling allowed us into the world, because let's be honest, there's not many people that look like me that are homeschooling their children for numerous reasons. It is a privilege to have a certain status, to be able to homeschool your children, to have the resources to homeschool your children. So what if you were never limited by access or resource? So the 5 what ifs. What if it gets to be easy? What if you knew the answer was yes? What if you were never taught limiting beliefs, that that's for them and this is for you? What if you weren't limited by access or resource? And what if it was all a lie? Okay. Next, we're going to go into the why. Why would someone lie? Why would somebody want to keep you small? Why would someone lie about your magic, your audacity, your authenticity? Why would somebody want to keep you small? Next, I want you to think about who told you these lies. Who? Even if it wasn't out of being vindictive or hurtful, but it was just what they were told and what they were told and what they were told, and then they passed that down to you, and now you're carrying all of this. Who told you? And then I want you to think about not only who told me, what was their life like? And then I want you to think about who benefits. Who benefits from these lies? Who? The systems that be, your parents, because you can follow, whatever it is. Who benefits? Who does it serve with you playing small? Think about it. With you being outside of your magic, with you not doing too much, with you following the status quo. Who? Okay. Next one is when. When did you first understand, like, wait a minute, oh, that's not for me? When did you start to internalize these beliefs, these truths about yourself? Alleged truth, they're lies. But when did you start believing them as truth and start internalizing it? I want you to think about a physical age. When did you first think that, oh, that's not for me? Oh, I can't have that. Oh, that's never been available for me or anybody that looks like me or anybody, whatever it is. Think about it. When? Most of our beliefs, our patterns, our upbringing is already established by the time we're 8. And we carry that on into our adult life. And then we get the pleasure of rewiring and repatterning those limiting beliefs. And then I want you to think about where would you be if this was not your story? Where would you be if you were never told these lies? Obviously, you don't have a crystal ball, but where do you think you would be if you were never conditioned to believe that's for them and this is for you and that's not for you, and to be small and to stay little and to not do too much and not having access, whatever it is? Where would you be? Where do you think you would be? And the last one, which we are going to be talking about for the remaining of Audacity August, is how. How do we get into our audacity, our full alignment, our magic, our je ne sais quoi? How? But we first have to understand the roots and the patterning and the beliefs so that we can restructure them, rewire them, repattern them to live in our full audacity, our courage, our bravery, to be our full expressive self. Remember, it's Leo season. Okay, it's all about shining, baby. Does the sun say, I'm too bright, I'm too hot, people need? No, it just goes out and shines. You can go inside if it's too much. They say you're too much, and then you can tell them, go find less. Okay, so how do we get back into our alignment, back into our true self, back into our magic, our magnetized, aligned, guided, intuitive clarity? How do we live in our our audacity, our full authenticity? For the month of August, and hopefully you can carry on, I want you to always think when an opportunity comes up, a question comes up, I want you to ask yourself, is my response going to expand me, or is it going to shrink me? Is me saying no expansive or shrinking? Is me saying yes expansive or shrinking? I want you to think from that space, and not from these limiting belief space, from your authentic space, from your audacity space. I'm super excited for Audacity August. I am super excited that you have written these questions down. I want you to put in the comments which one stood out to you the most. If you need to come back, that's fine, but I really want you to take the time to answer these honestly. No shame, no guilt, no blaming, just honesty, so that we can start to assess and start moving into our audacity. All right, showing up in our full alignment, our full authenticity. That is what the month of August is all about. I am so excited. And until next week, my friends, bye-bye.